Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first online session today. It is a weekly online session in which we are testing on Google Hangout on air, and we will continue this on Google Hangout on air every week if all everything goes well. I I welcome all of you, all the seekers of truth, all those who are seeking for peace, joy, happiness, rest, freedom from the suffering, freedom from inner conflicts, freedom to live, freedom to be. I welcome all of you. There can be any names of the problems. There are many. There can be millions of names of the different problems which human beings are facing, but there is only one solution for everything. The solution is get in touch with yourself. Get in touch with your deeper self, with your consciousness. Get in touch with the source of your apparent self. Get in touch with the source of your body, of your mind, the consciousness. Uh, if any one of you want to ask a question, uh, please feel free to ask it. Um, you need to click on participate uh, caption within the YouTube uh, video window, and you need a mm, Google Plus account for it, and then you can type in a question. If you don't have a Google Plus account for this week only, for those of you who are in touch with me on Skype, um, please type your question there, or you can also give me feedback on Skype right now. Any difficulty you are facing, or how it is, a general feedback maybe. It looks like mm, to be happy is a is a big task, is a very difficult, most difficult thing to be happy in this world. It looks like this, and the reason is uh, that uh, the way we approach it is wrong. It is like uh, An apple is trying to be an apple. But how you can try to be an apple when you are already an apple? Any effort of an apple in the direction of trying to be an apple will take him away from his own reality and the experience of reality. This is what is happening with us about happiness. If you don't do anything, you are naturally happy. If you don't do anything, you are naturally happy. You cannot be otherwise but happy. And in this background of happiness, in the river which is flowing, river of happiness which is continuously flowing, things are coming and going on the surface of the river of happiness, called experiences, different kind of experiences. And because we don't clearly see what this happiness, this nature of ourselves is, we are trying to achieve happiness. And in this very effort, anything which is not happiness, which is not matching with your description of happiness, you try to remove it. Any dead leaf which is fallen from the tree in the river of your happiness, you try to remove it. And in this very effort of cleaning, trying to remove all these things, you miss the opportunity to live your nature. And then it is very obvious to complain that I don't feel uh, happiness. There is no happiness in my life. It is very obvious. No? Happiness is not to be found at the end of any journey, any effort, any process, any technique, any course. Happiness is the starting point. In fact, happiness is before you start anything. Before you take a single step anywhere in any direction, happiness, the nature of yourself is before this, and is always with you wherever you go. But because of your focus on the activity and the wrong perception that activity will give me happiness, you miss the obvious. Your true nature, which is happiness itself, is continuously there with you while you are searching for happiness. The ocean of happiness is continuously following you while you are searching for one drop of happiness. You know, it's such a ridiculous, it's such a joke actually. It's a joke. It's a cosmic joke which mm, we must wake up to sometime. You need to wake up to this, not that mm, you have to. Uh, just one moment. Some friend is asking something. I want to remind you again that if you want to ask a question, you can ask a question by participating in this video if you have a Google Plus account. And for for next week, we will also invite friends to send their questions by email, and we will summarize them, and those questions can be answered in the next online session. So these will be the different options. We will um, post complete instructions of how to participate in this online session very soon on Facebook. Thank you. Somehow, uh, the the activities that we are involved in the hope of happiness, have created a kind of fogginess in our mind. The fogginess which is not allowing us to, which is blocking our view, and we are not able to see what is ever present yourself. And anybody who want to know the truth of the self, anybody who want to discover the ocean of happiness within, uh, must learn how to sit with yourself, and how to sit with yourself unconditionally. Meaning, don't put any conditions that I will sit with myself and this will happen, this should happen, this may happen. Just sit with yourself. No expectation, no effort, no effort to try to change anything, remove anything, improve anything. Learn how to not do anything. This is what we are missing. All anything that we know is doing. We don't know how not to do, or how to stay for some time without doing. This is where we are missing. This is what we have forgotten. Yourself is not dependent on doing. Yourself is beyond doing. You are when you are doing something. You are when you are not doing anything. Doing is some uh, something happening in front of you, by you, within you. But because we don't know, we are not aware of this fact that that we can be without doing. We feel fear when we stop doing anything. When we start sitting without doing anything, we feel fear. This fear is not coming from yourself. It is coming from the image of yourself that you are living with. but try to remember. If you need to maintain the base of yourself, the entity, the yourself that you are living as. If you need to maintain that, remember how it can be yourself. Because to maintain, there need to be somebody who who is maintaining it. So the one who is maintaining is prior than what it is maintaining. Because when we sit silently, we have this fear, a strange unknown fear, which is basically coming from the mm, image that we are maintaining. That image starts disappearing, and the story it imagines it has also it starts collapsing, and that is the fear. So rather than doing anything anywhere else, just check what is yourself. First check yourself. Who are you without maintenance, without maintaining anything, without doing anything? Discover yourself first. That is the way to be free from all the fears and sufferings. Not having clarity about yourself is the cause of all the suffering. Because any any thought can take you. Any thought can influence you, can convince you that there is what is going on right now is going to harm you, and there is a threat on your existence. Somehow, uh, I don't know what to say now. It would be nice if one of you, can give me some clue, some what's going on right now. What do you what do you feel? We can talk or like any question, anything. So give me some line so we can continue talking. Because there is nobody in front of me right now, and this is the first time I'm talking like at least send me some feedback on this question window so that I can know that this window works actually, and I can check how it works. At least type something. Any one of you who is able to who is participating in this way, please type some question, something, anything you can type right now, so that I can check if it is working. Okay. Prajota is saying is very good, going very good. Thank you, Prajota. It gives me some sense of connectivity that okay, we are here. I just uh, came to know that today uh, one of the one of the viewers, one of the participants of this online session is a very little beautiful girl, Vibhuti. Thank you, Vibhuti, for being here. I love you so much. Some other friends have also reported that they are watching through YouTube, and it is going very well. I ask all of you again, if you have any question, please feel free. It's a good chance to ask any question. When we are in satsang, we have less time, no? Wow. Patricia is also asking something. Just a minute. Patricia is asking, could you elaborate on the mirror meditation? It is working well for me, and I so appreciate you, Rajee. I love you. I also love you, Patricia, so much. Uh, Before I get into the details of this technique, it would be helpful to understand the properties of a mirror. A mirror is first of all stationed, like it's like fixed. It does not move, and this is one of the most important properties, qualities of a mirror. It does not move. Secondly, it does not have any channels, any cover to open and close, to choose, to decide. It is open totally. And third quality is it reflects everything. This is what makes it a mirror, the capacity to reflect anything which comes in front of is reflected as it is. You know, so this is also one of the qualities of mirror, that everything is reflected as it is, without any prejudices, without any mixing of any kind. So this is these are the qualities of mirror. and our true nature awareness, which is inactive awareness, the base of yourself, is also like this already. It is already like this. So when we are trying to be a mirror, we are practicing this mirror of awareness meditation technique. What we are doing is we are allowing ourselves to fall into our true nature. But in the beginning, with effort. The reason for your effort is that continuously we have been away from our nature, living in different tendencies, different mechanism of the mind. So if you don't do anything, you will habitually continue living in the mind. This is not your true nature. So to fall back into your true nature, you need some effort in the beginning. And what I am saying in that technique is that you just sit and don't do anything. No, you are not sleeping now. You are there sitting. And when you are sitting, not doing anything, being aware is your nature. You don't need to be aware of anything. If you don't do anything, you will see that you are knowing everything without trying to know anything. Anything comes in front of you, you know it. But remember that you know only that much as it is known, you know. So don't try to know more than this. Don't try to go deeper than that. You don't lose your position. You remain only as inactive, inactive presence. You are an inactive presence now. That's it. Still presence. You remain as a still presence. And there will be different kind of attractions out of habit, which will try to pull you. Don't forget that you are inactive. You have decided not to participate. So even when there is a strongest pull, strongest attraction for anything, you will be able to remember that I have decided to stay without doing anything. And then even the pull, even the tendency to fall into this trap will also be reflected in the presence that you are. This inactive presence, this still presence is called mirror of awareness. And it is naturally like this. In the beginning, you have to just hold your ground for the time being. Patricia, I hope I have answered your question. Is it clear to you now? Thank you, Patricia. It's something very fundamental that we are discussing. Uh, this mirror of awareness. There is nothing beyond it, and staying there slowly, slowly. The the one who is staying there merges back into this self. This is all that happens. So you need to hold this position only for some time, and then after some time it will be too late for the mind to survive. The being, the mirror of awareness will swallow it totally, merge it, to consume it totally. Then not only so there is nobody now which can do anything except the mirror of awareness, and so there is no question of doing also. But continue doing until there is any sense of a separate entity, mind, or anything. Meaning, if you can do anything, then do this. This is for every seeker. That if you have any sense of doing, if you think you can do, there is something called you which can do anything voluntarily, then do this. Stay at the mirror of awareness as much as you can. And it will remove all the non-essential from yourself, and you will shine as the pure self, mirror of awareness. And as I said before also, when this mirror of awareness is staying without content, no, no content, pure, empty mirror. Uh, and nobody can imagine how beautiful it is to be an empty mirror. Empty mirror is not a dead mirror. It is pure life, purest form of life. Only life, nothing else. No movements, only life. And life and tasting itself. Life and knowing itself. Purely, totally, directly, without any channel, without any impurity, any loss of signal, you can say. And this is the most wonderful experience, if you can say. Although it is not an experience. Thank you, Patricia, for bringing up this discussion. It's so beautiful to talk about this always. Mila has asked some question which is not so clear to me, but she is talking about involved in this movement. I can in general say something because the question is not so clear to me. Yeah, here is the question. Mila is asking, um, I'm I'm less involved to all movements now than before, and for me it is less interesting. So is it because my interest to my inside world, or is it something wrong? No, Mila, there is nothing wrong here. Uh, you are doing very well. Just try to imagine you have a palace which you are not aware of, and just in front of the palace you have a small hut in which you are living continuously. And it's not your hut, many other huts also, and you have a whole society here, and you are living like this. And you never get chance to look behind yourself, where the palace is. And then suddenly, by the grace of life, by the grace of Guru, the Sadguru, you get to see this palace. Then obviously you will feel more attracted for this palace than your normal life, the life that you you knew of. And so it is very normal to to feel like there is nothing wrong. And very soon this sense will also disappear because it is just an intermediate stage where the new has not been clearly seen yet, or the new has been seen, but you are not living the new fully. In the shadow of the mind, the old is still there. Allow everything to meet everything. Allow your mind to meet yourself. Allow yourself to meet your mind and body and tendency and everything. Don't try to separate. For the practice, uh, it is good to hold a certain position. But when it is happening like this to you, then there is no need to separate. Relax totally as the one reality which has difference. And none of the things that you have is contradicting each other. They are complementing each other. Your body and mind complement your self. Your negative experiences complement your positive experiences. Your fast movements of your mind complement the stillness of your soul. So, like this, Mila, you can continue. Just relax. All is fine. There is nothing wrong anywhere. But I can understand your situation as we go deeper in ourselves, when we are totally relaxing in ourselves, and then there is no setup of the mind which is there. Then the remaining pieces of the mind, they also need to go out. And as they go out, they give this experience of duality. They create doubts. What to do? Don't do anything. Remember, the sky does not need to do anything when the clouds are passing. Just and by not doing anything, you will naturally again and again fall back into yourself, and that will work as a reminder of yourself, reminder of your true nature. Patricia is saying, it feels like I am gathering all my self into. the reflection, making it easy not to be distracted. Love is entering. This is the most effective practice yet. Thank you so much. Yes, Patricia, this is true. I have also walked on different paths of spiritual activity, and I have seen that it looks like the essence of everything. But for those who are ready, and as you know, if you have watched this video of this mirror of awareness meditation technique, towards the end, I also have mentioned that those of you who are not seeking for truth, or those of you who are not yet ready, then you can use the same practice for in a other way also, in a mild way, like in mild doses you can use it. But as you are using it full fledged, totally, it is so wonderful. The love, the joy that you are feeling has been waiting in yourself, in your being, in your heart to be unlocked, to be unlocked. And now it is being unlocked because of you staying as this. And it will not only fill your life with light and love, it will fill many lives, many other people's lives also around you. Because this love is not something very small. It is the eternal love flowing from the heart of the universe. You are a hollow rebel, where on which the divine is singing a song, playing a song on this flute of yours. And it feels so wonderful to be empty, hollow vessel. It feels so amazingly beautiful. Every time this divine is singing a song, and you feel amazingly beautiful. You are in heaven. There is no heaven anywhere else. It is right here when you are living your potential, when you are a empty mirror, mirror of awareness. I'm very happy to listen this from you, Patricia. Very nice. In yesterday's session, we were talking that all we need to do is just sit, learn how to just sit and don't do anything. All the noise of the mind will settle down. Everything will settle down. Everything will settle down. Back to back to the emptiness. Everything is waiting to settle down, to disappear into emptiness. All our tendencies, all our energies, mind, thinking, and thoughts and everything. They are waiting. They are themselves tired, and this is the tiredness which is reflected in us, which causes all the suffering. The whole system is tired. It naturally the functioning of the life is naturally everything comes out of your empty mirror and does its job, lives its age, and falls back into it, disappears completely into this empty mirror. But because of the wrong perceptions, misperceptions, and they are hanging in the air, all these energies, objects, and things like that. And slowly, slowly, if you learn how to just sit, don't do anything, everything is falling, everything is falling back. Because now you are not holding. It is your holding which gives it life longer than its age, and there is nothing which can live more than its age. You can only carry the dead body. So there was once a experience, there was once a energy movement, a thought, a feeling or anything. But it lived its age, but because you were not present, you could not live it. And now you try to live it in the memory, through the memory. But now you are living, continuing the dead body of it. And that's what it stings, that's what gives bad smell in the being. Allow yourself to be cleaned totally, once, to be empty totally once, so that the freshness, newness of life can be felt. And this time, once you are clean totally, now never touch anything, never hold anything, because you don't need to. There is nothing more beautiful than the newness of life, the freshness of life. So remember, don't never hold on to anything. Allow everything to disappear completely while you are um, the mirror of awareness. Everything is is disappearing in front of you. You don't really have to hold anything. By holding anything, you are creating a kind of malfunction in the system, and you are keeping yourself from living the reality of yourself, which is this mirror of awareness, pure, pure mirror of awareness. And this pure mirror of awareness is the pure joy, pure happiness. It is the ocean of happiness. I'm really very happy to connect with all of you like this. It's like a new channel we have opened. And now that it is working like this very beautifully, uh, I invite all of you for the next week. Next week, I'm very sorry, but next week we will not have Satsang on Sunday. We will post on Facebook page. Um, when is the next online session? Because next week we have a self-inquiry intensive. So after that we will continue every week, once or twice a week. All of us must try this. Anybody, all of us who can afford to try this, uh, staying without doing anything. Just looking is happening. You are not doing even looking. Looking is like breath coming in, goes out. But um, looking is continuous. No coming in, no going out. But it is more like effortless, like that. Your breathing is happening. You are not doing it. And like this, seeing is happening. When you don't do anything at all, when you are like not doing anything, enjoying not doing anything, you can say that enjoying being alive. You're just enjoying being alive. Everything comes back to its natural harmony, natural state, natural way of functioning. Mm, the health means a natural state of function, natural state of things. Anything which goes away from its natural state uh, acquires disease. Any disease in the body, in the mind, anywhere is nothing but some disturbance in the natural harmony of, of your way of doing, moving. And to come back to the nature of everything, natural harmony of everything, doing will not help. Doing will create disturbances because doing is coming from the restless state, restlessness of the of this yourself. So for some time you will have to stop doing everything and start being just stay. And trust me, it works. And right now I'm talking to you for almost 1 hour, and there is no effort in this talk. Only the I am only the mirror of awareness, witnessing, seeing this talk happen. Can you see the miracle of life? That even this kind of talk can happen without effort, while I am the mirror of awareness, and this talk continues. And I'm sure it will. It is already touching some of your hearts, some of the hearts who are listening, and may continue touching other hearts. And just don't insist on trying to find your truth, your version of truth. Accept the truth which is present as it is. The uh, seeker need to need to have a childlike mind, childlike eyes. The child never rejects anything. If you have noticed, he simply meets whatever is in front. He meets very openly, you know, without any resistance, without any doesn't and never try to hide anything or never try to hide himself from it. He's very bold, very open. If you meet like this, you will uh, you may lose some of your mm, most favorite experiences or something, but you will know and gain yourself, losing the darkness of mind and gaining the light of the being. It's a very good feeling for those who are searching for light. And I jokingly feel like saying that all else must be aware. All else beware. Don't do these techniques because you will lose your darkness of the mind, and apparently you will lose your life story and things like that. So anybody who is searching for truth, and this technique is wonderful. We are approaching to the end of our session now. So anybody want to say anything? Any last question? Please speak first. I'm here only for you, and because I love you, and I love you unconditionally, even without knowing who are you, and I love you. Because I know uh, the appearance that you are is not more than clothes. in the cloth, inside the cloth, I know who is this one. And I can feel this one and I can correlate, I can relate with this one very easily. And that's what I mean when I say I love you. I love yourself. Yeah, in our many of our sessions, I have said this, or in different occasions. Try to see yourself from my eyes. How beautiful you are. How amazingly beautiful you are. How perfect already you are. You are wasting your time in trying to be perfect and missing the opportunity to live the perfection which is already present in you. A perfection beyond perfection. A perfection which includes imperfection, which allows imperfection because it is so solid, it's so steady, so still. The perfection of your being allows even imperfection and is not affected by it at all. You know, the message, let me see. It is very beautiful meeting you, Mila. Uh, and I also love you so much. It's such a wonderful um, love that I have discovered in this direction by the grace of my master, beloved Muji. That the more I give, the more I have. You know, the more I share, the more I have. No fear of losing anything, no reason to hold anything. And you all also, very humbly, I'm saying this to all of you. You all also remember in this life about mundane things, about objective reality, material world, you decide what you want. But as far as love is concerned in your heart, remember the more you give, the more you have. And if you become a fountain of love, continuously giving, then uh, your whole life will be full of love only, nothing else. Love and life. So it's a humble request to all of you. Try this. Try giving love unconditionally, meaning not choosing to whom I give love but, and to whom not. You know. Okay, Manu is asking something. Manu is asking, habit of living with relationships is becoming difficult for me, meaning it's becoming difficult for me to live in relationships. And would it continue like this, or it will change, or do I need to do anything about it? Uh, Manu, it is just a passing phase where realignment of everything happens. Just wait for some time. When you are coming from, you're moving from your mind to your heart, from the ego to the self, a lot of alignments happen because of the change of the perspective, because of the change of the center from where you live. So just give it some time. What I have seen is, uh, before I had friends, relatives, then I somehow felt like, you know, um, like a it's like a burden continuing with the relations and the friends. And the reason was that I was no more interested in my mind, and I was connected with them through the mind only, through the ego only, through the personality. So every time I'm connecting with them, they are reminding me of my personality, my mind. And then somehow it kind of started breaking. So I was experiencing this inside that I'm losing all the contact from all the friends. And right. And then after that, you continue. Don't hold anything, don't compromise, don't do anything. Then a new energy started coming out. A new energy, a more neutral love, you can say, unconditional love. And then slowly, uh, all of you started appearing as God Himself, love Himself. So now when I correlate with you, when I meet you, I'm meeting God, I'm meeting love, and it feels very wonderful. And also the worldly activities, the planning, the time and everything, apparently, that also takes place. It is taken care of. But it takes some time to adjust, to have this realignment. So give it enough time. Don't decide anything. Don't do anything. Let everything happen and let life take care of. Allow life uh, to function through you. You don't function. Not that you have to really achieve this. It is already happening. There is not a single action which life is not doing. There has never been a separated doer anywhere. It is just the misperception, imagination that we are living, that I am a doer of my actions, which creates all the trouble. Just see what is already here. Everything is happening without a doer. Remember that. You are just a mirror of awareness. You know? Okay. I hope I have answered your question, Manu. Okay. Then I will say I will see you next time again. And thank you very much for participating, for receiving this love, this life. Thank you for living together these moments in love and light. Thank you.